There comes a moment in everyone's life when the silence between you and another person says more than words ever could. You can feel it, the weight of being misunderstood, the ache of overgiving, the slow erosion of your peace. It's not that people suddenly change, it's that you have finally seen who they have been. We live in a world where kindness often mistaken for weakness, where empathy becomes an open door for manipulation, and where love, something so sacred, can turn into a battlefield of control, guilt, and silence. But there is one truth most people never learn until they are broken. Peace is not found in forgiving, it's found in protecting what's left of you. This is not about holding grudges, it's about recognizing the red flags that quietly destroy your mental and emotional well being. These are the 10 boundaries you should never let anyone cross. Not your partner, not your friends, not even your family. Because when you allow the wrong person too much access to your heart, you don't just lose them, you lose yourself. This first boundary is your dignity. When someone begins to play with your words, belittling your dreams, mocking your emotions, or making jokes at your expense, you must understand something. That's not humor. It's dominance, disguised as connection. This is how people test control. They see how far they can push you before you say stop. The first time, you laugh it out. The second time, you get quiet. By the third time, they have already learned you won't defend yourself. That's how emotional erosion begins. Not with shouting, but with small moments of silence where you should have spoken. If someone ever tries to make you feel small for what makes you human, that's not love. It's manipulation. And forgiveness won't heal it. Boundaries will. The second boundary is your time. Time is the currency of life. When people disrespect your time, they are telling you they don't value your existence. They show up late, cancel plans, ghost you, and then reappear when it's convenient. And yet, every time you accept it, you teach them you are always available, that your word stops for theirs. Psychologically, people respect what they must work for. When you make yourself too accessible, you remove the need for effort. That's not confidence, that's self-neglect. Real love requires mutual investment, not one person waiting while others decide if they care. So stop chasing those who make you feel like an option. Silence is not punishment, it's protection. The third boundary is your emotional energy. There are people who fade on your lights. They come to you when they are broken, but never stay when you are tired. They love your strength, but resent your silence. This is called emotional vampirism. People who thrive on your attention, chaos, or drama. Every conversation with them leaves you drained. Every apology they give sounds like a performance. They don't want healing, they want validation. And the more you give, the more they take. Learn this. Not everyone deserves access to your empathy. Your peace is not a charity. The fourth boundary is your self-respect. The moment you have to beg to be understood, it's no longer love, it's dependence. When someone constantly takes your patience, gaslights your perception, or uses your kindness as a weapon, you have to remember, love without respect is emotional slavery. You can forgive someone 1,000 times, But each time you do, you teach them that hurting you comes without consequences. Respect is not earned through arguments, it's established through distance. Sometimes, walking away is the most powerful sentence you will ever speak. The fourth boundary is your privacy. People who demand to know everything about your thoughts, your plans, your password, they don't crave closeness, they crave control. There's a psychological principle here called possessive insecurity. When someone fears losing you so deeply that they try to own you, but love and ownership cannot coexist. If they can't trust you without constant proof, they don't trust themselves. Keep your private space sacred. Your phone, your journal, your inner thoughts. The moment you hand them over to someone unworthy, you have handed them the power to define your reality. The sixth boundary is your forgiveness. Forgiveness should never be endless. Every time you forgive without accountability, you are teaching the other person that your heart has no limits. But it does, and it must. Real forgiveness comes after change, not before it. When someone says, "I'm sorry," but repeats the same behavior, that's not remorse, that's manipulation. Stop forgiving patterns, start observing consistency. Because forgiveness without growth isn't healing, it's self-destruction. The seventh boundary is your silence. There's a kind of silence that protects peace and another that destroys it. When you stay quiet about what hurts, you give your pain a home inside you. Suppression turns into anxiety. Unspoken words become emotional weights, and eventually it breaks you. Don't mistake silence for strength. Speaking up isn't confrontation, it's clarity. The truth will set you free, but only if you let it leave your mouth. The eighth boundary is your body. No one, absolutely no one, has the right to cross your physical or emotional comfort zones. When someone touches you, pressures you, or guilt-trips you into intimacy, that's not affection, it's coercion. And coercion is the opposite of love. Psychologically, it teaches us that trauma begins the moment choice disappears. Your body is your home. You do not owe it to anyone, not for love, not for loyalty, not for peace. The ninth boundary is your dream. If someone mocks your ambition, belittles your goals, or call your passion unrealistic, they are showing you the limits of their own mind, not yours. Never shrink your vision to fit someone's comfort zone. A partner, a friend, or a family member who truly loves you will water your dreams, not poison them without doubt. Protect your future from small-minded people. Remember, mediocrity hates potentials because it reminds it of what it gave up. And finally, the ninth boundary is your identity. The most dangerous relationship is the one that makes you forget who you were before. When you start to concess your words, alter your personalities, or suppress your joy just to keep the peace, you are no longer in love. You are in survival mode. Psychologically, this is known as self-abandonment, and is the lowest way to die while still breathing. You owe it to yourself to never let anyone write your story in their language. Love should expand you, not erase you. Boundaries are not walls, they are doors. Doors that open only to those who know how to knock with respect. The moment you set them, People will leave, but the right ones will stay. And the most powerful kind of peace is the one you no longer need to explain. We are not born to be broken, trying to fix others. We are born to understand, to grow, to love, but also to protect your light. Because peace is not the absence of pain, it's the presence of self respect.